Salute, 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 everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I had to turn some lighting on. I hope everybody's had a blessed Sunday or having a blessed Sunday. It is Memorial Weekend. I hope everyone has a great Memorial Weekend, and I hope everyone is safe. Um, Again, I hope everybody's okay. Today's conversation is: are we holding on to something that's no longer there? And I wanted to ask, why do people stay in toxic relationships? Why do we stay around people that we know don't love us, don't care for us, that is just taking our self worth away from us, taking your dignity away from you, how you feel, how you should feel about yourself. And I wanted to read something that I had posted on my Instagram. Hey, OGK, Pretty Problem Nisha, thank you for coming through. Max, thank you for coming through. Melanated Jim, thank you for coming through. Put that shit on with London. Thank you for coming through today. It said there are four very important words in life: love, honesty, truth, and respect. Without these in your life, you have nothing. And that is so true. Um, why do people stay in unhealthy relationships? Some people feel unworthy. At the same time, an unhealthy relationship tends to lower self-worth and an increased tendency to remain in the relationship over time. People may also cope with an abusive situation by feeling embarrassed or ashamed, especially if they experienced abuse while growing up. Hey, Yellinated Jim, Pretty Black TV and Jen. Hey, Peaches. So I want to stick to that for a minute. People may also cope with an abusive situation. And when we say abusive situation, hey, Crash Out Game, it doesn't always have to be physical abuse. Mental abuse in relationships are very guys. One second. But mental abuse is the worst in relationships. Hey, PM Channel, thank you so much for pulling up. And before I really get into this, Yellinated, that was a great interview with Coolin. You guys make sure you go follow Yellinated Jim. That was a great interview. I loved it. But we feel ashamed. We feel embarrassed. We feel all of the above, And today I just wasn't feeling good. Today I just wasn't feeling myself. Actually last night, I just wasn't feeling like me. And I wasn't feeling like me because in life I have to be honest that in order to help people, I gotta love myself and help myself first. And I gotta be honest with my people. And there's times I'm gonna be vulnerable. With situations that are happening to me or that has happened to me. Hey, J Town. Hey, Crash Out Gang. Thank you guys so much for pulling up and being honest. And for months and months and months, I have, in years, most of my life, um, I can smile and I can pretend. And on this app, we can be who we want to be, but I don't want to be anybody. I don't want to put up a fake facade of somebody that I'm not. And today I'm not happy. Today I can honestly tell you guys that I don't feel so beautiful. Today I you know I don't feel love today. Um, Today I'm not good, and we should be able to say that and be honest about that. We should be able to say today I don't feel good about who I am. Today I don't like who I am. Hey, Chrissy, thank you for coming through. But I haven't been feeling loved. I've let my self worth be taken for years, for granted, for the sake of somebody else being happy, for the sake of somebody else to build their self up and tear me down at the same time of building their insecurities up that they have against themselves. And I've let these people take that from me. I've been disrespected. It's a lot of attention seekers and cap artists on this app, females and males. Yes, Crash Out Gang, it has. And That was the point of the title. Are we holding on to something that's no longer there? Sometimes I feel like I had to, I tried, I gained weight along the way of getting clean. Um, and you think in life that is a good thing. That's a great thing, that you change yourself that in good ways. But once you've always self doubted yourself, it's easy to let people come in and keep stepping on you and keep you in that dark place of um, not feeling worthy, not loving yourself, not feeling like you're worthy of somebody to love you and care for you and cherish you. And instead of waiting for that proper person to come and look for us, let God bring that good person to us. We always tend to go look for the wrong people. And like I say, people can build up a character and be one way to the world, but behind closed doors, who are you really? Is the question. And PM Channel said we hold on to toxic relationships because we think that person will change. We don't want to see that person for who they are, so we hang on, which is detrimental to our emotional mental health. And that's where I was in this relationship. PM Channel. I honestly was holding on to something that wasn't there. I was holding on. Say, hey, so Icy Coco. Hey, whoa. Thank you guys for coming through. Nina the Diva, thank you guys so much for coming through. I was holding on. Where I've, like I said, I've been through so much in life, I just didn't feel worthy. And I thought that this guy really loved me. I thought this man was a stand up type of man. Hey, my B, thank you so much for coming through. I thought this man was a classy guy, that he was just, because in person he's everything to everybody, but behind the scenes, I was feeling shitty. I never really was saying like, oh, you're beautiful today. Nothing. Waiting on those things that come with a relationship. Dealing with other women being put first in the relationship. Instead of talking about, hey, how you doing today? How you feeling today? How are you today mentally? And things like that. I have to hear about other women and what they had going on. And I'm like, well, damn, what about me? And so then I lost a little bit of myself. Every day I was losing a little bit about myself because these other women was being included into my relationship. And it was almost like yeah, they're gonna be there type of, it was like I was being things was gonna be taken away from me if I didn't accept this part of this man who wasn't like that at the beginning. I have to uh let him speak to these other women. I have to have these other women in my space, or I didn't get respected. I didn't get loved. I got shitted on every time. I'm not ashamed to tell people I'm broke on this app. Most of them broke like me, capping for YouTube, living check to check, just like the next person. Hey, Lita, thank you for coming through. My love, thank you. Hey, Arissa. So with me talking about this today, it's such a touchy subject because again, I have been so lost. Again, I don't feel beautiful today, even though I got to write me some affirmations down and get back to me. Um, for a very long time, I have been lost throughout my addiction. I have been lost, holding on to hopes and things that were no longer there for me. Um, I'm very emotional right now, guys, talking about this actually. And I had conversations like, hey, I feel disrespected. And, the man looked at me and was like, okay. But as long as I was, financially giving, he was fine. He was fine. That's when the love and the emotions, you'll start seeing the love, the kisses, and I was like, But I so needed that love and attention that I was accepting it because I was so lost. I was in such a bad time. Again, when you haven't felt love in so long, you lose a piece of you along the way. Why are we attached to toxic relationships? Those who suffer from toxic attachment usually have a history of unhappiness, disrupt, or disturbance in their childhood. For this reason, they often form unhealthy bonding complexes, which can then which can cause them to be clingy or seek to merge their identity to their partners. And so that too, sticking to that, it said having a history of unhappiness, disrupting disturbance throughout your life can attach you in an unhealthy way to somebody with those patterns that you was looking for. And that's where I fumbled because I was emotionally hurt. I was emotionally disturbed. I was emotionally unhappy. Why do toxic relationships last so long? People stay in unhealthy relationships because they believe they have invested significant time and energy in this relationship. As a result, they anticipate that everything will be fine one day. And again, that's kind of where I was staying in that relationship because I felt like I was invested. I felt like I was invested in this relationship, and I put my emotions and everything on the back burner to satisfy this, to keep thinking I'm going to get some kind of satisfaction or what I needed in the relationship, as a relationship's supposed to be. You want in a relationship what a relationship is supposed to be. Why are toxic relationships harder to leave? Leaving a toxic relationship can be very hard because all of the emotional labor and time spent trying to make the relationship work. It can feel like an internal failure, or that by leaving, you are giving up on something that you're invested in. And that is hard. When we've been with somebody for a while, it's hard because of the emotional labor, the time that you spent into, like again, I was saying, looking for something that's not there. Because we invested time doesn't mean that we have to hold on to something that is no longer there. I'm going to drop the link for anybody if anybody wanted to come up and add and had anything to say. Why do guys stay in unhappy relationships? And these are just notes that I kind of went through to kind of help me understand a little bit more about relationships. And, why do we hold on? Meaning myself, why am I holding on to something that is no longer there? Why am I holding on to somebody that constantly has turned their back on me and showed me that you're not worthy of me? Putting other women first. They are more worthier than you. Women that have talked bad about me, women that come in and say the most disrespectful things, and I'm like, I don't like that. That's disrespectful toward me. And this man made me tolerate these things, and I tolerated it due to thinking I had an investment. Hey, Chin, thank you for coming through. It said fear of conflict. Usually, the longer you've been with someone, the more conflicted the process is. It is a sad reality that many men and women stay in an unfulfilling relationship month after month and year after year because they fear the pain involved in breaking up and moving on. So that's when I had to come with terms within myself. Hey, her energy, thank you so much for coming through. And Vibrant Love, thank you so much. Miss Antoinette, thank you so much for coming through. He says, I don't do relationships because I don't know how to love. I'm just going to be honest. And for that, I can respect that, Crash Out Gang. I can respect the honesty, because a lot of times we think we know, we get online and or we watch TV and we see these people, these men and these women with thinking they're successful. We're thinking they're successful and they got so much going on. And so many times we can get on especially the YouTube app. We can come to the YouTube world and we can pretend to be anybody we want to be. But who are we when we shut this computer off? Are we that same? Are we the same people? See, sometimes people that know people in real life, they don't call people out for the bullshit of the person they are. Y'all don't know who we really are when we cut off these computers. Am I an activist? Do I act the way I act when I'm on YouTube opposed to when I'm off YouTube? And I'm the same. And I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I do. I just have a loving heart. But at the same time, sometimes there is things that I do know about people, and I'm like, well, dang, what if people knew this about this person? But then I have to check myself, because I know eventually, when you are sheep's in wolf's clothing, it's only so long that you can, manifest playing God and the devil. It's only so long before people will realize who you are. I don't have to even expose it. The same way as myself, if somebody knows me offline, I can be Miss Park on here and be helping y'all, but at the same time, behind closed doors, I can be the meanest person and say the meanest things ever. You get what I'm saying? And somebody could know that about me. So I try to come on here and be who I am on and offline. And I like to be I like to help people. I like to see that people got help that they need, you know what I'm saying, or anything. But one thing I'm not with is not loving and not being a genuine, authentic person, on and offline. I hate men that use women. I hate women that use men. I hate women that love breaking up relationships, or lust after men that they know are in relationships. It is weird to me, But like I said, I do research to see that why people seek us trying to seek validation. Why are women coming for men that are in relationships? Why are women coming for men that are in relationships? It comes down and it boils down to a lot of insecurities. They're not feeling worthy. But sometimes in life we can build other people, we can give a man an attention and they take that and run with it, and it builds their ego up. The same as a woman, it builds our ego up, and it turns us out to be who we really are, but who we aren't, if y'all can get what I'm saying. And that's when it brings a lot of divisions, especially being on this red app. I've seen a lot of relationships be torn to shreds because people don't know how to separate YouTube from their real life. When I come on here to give my delivery, I come to really just give my commentary and log off with the intentions of hopefully helping somebody or making somebody leave my chat feeling much better than they did before they came in. Even if they was just having a bad day, to take something away from what everybody said. Me, the people in the chat that went through something that somebody that's going through similarly, or something like that. But to just get on here, and some of the things I see from the women and the men on this app are just it's quite disturbing. And I see a lot of disrespect when it comes from people that's in a relationship on this red app. And I've seen a lot of things where women have had to deal with a whole lot of disrespect on this app, due to boundaries not being set, due to people having insecurities and loving the attention that they're receiving and things like that. So I always told myself when I get on this app to get on here and do what I'm set to do. And that was help somebody. That was help somebody that's going through something that I have been through. And regardless of what, that's it and that's all. And try to get resources out there and everything else. I never wanted to come on here to be anything more than just Miss Parker. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. She said, Chinyuri said, my mother and I don't do well with relationships with men. It hurts because I want to be in a successful relationship. And I do too, Chinyuri, I do too. Everybody, nobody wants to be in we're not gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Lita said bad intention. Nobody is gonna be perfect in a relationship. Everybody's relationships have their good times and their bad times. But sometimes in relationships we just have to know when to let go. When you don't feel like yourself in a relationship, that's one. When you start feeling like you're not worthy, when you lose who you are, and I lost who I was, I really wake up and have to force myself to say how beautiful I am. I'm like, do I need to be crackhead skinny? And I don't mean to say that ill, because as long as I was on drugs and doing the most, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't have weight on my bones, I guess I was okay. But the more I start getting myself together and taking care of myself and thinking that the person loved me for me, not for the weight that I gained, not for me, even with me missing my mother, you know what I'm saying, and being depressed with my mother, not things being used against me that I had no control over, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? My weight, yeah, but I love you how you are, who you are as a person, not your weight. Your weight doesn't manifest who you are to me. I don't care if you're 600 pounds. That doesn't mean that you are not you are not a person that cannot be loved. Why do people crave toxic love? Many people are addicted to toxic relationships because of various factors like codependency, insecurity, or trauma bonds. And remember, I've been talking about the insecurity part. It's a lot of insecurity going on in everybody's life. We all have some kind of insecurity, but a lot of us are using our insecurities for the wrong reasons. She said, I have a problem with attachment and abandonment issues. Yes. And I'm gonna get to that, Sheehan. Toxic relationships can be extremely harmful and dangerous and can lead to depression, anxiety, eating disorders, trust issues, and other mental problems. For so long, I was thinking that things was my fault. I was being programmed to think that I was being jealous. I wasn't seeing, what I was seeing. That other things was affecting the relationship, like such as my friendships with other people. I'm like, but my friendships are open, there's nothing secretive. When I came into the relationship, I try to come in with no secrets and, having conversations. And, I don't think when you are in a relationship, long as you got those boundaries set up with friends that was before them or friends that came along the way, as long as those friendships have boundaries to them, there is nothing wrong with having opposite sex friend in a relationship, as long as it's nothing inappropriate happening. And for so long, it was getting pushed in my head that these are just business relationships. And but I was thinking, like, does business relationships require closed doors when when the phone rings, to go in the other room and shut the door and whisper? Does business relationships require it to be secretive until little things start coming out of the business part? Does business relationships come with where are the men? I'm thinking in my mind, like, dang, there's no men, there's all women. And it wasn't just the women that was affecting the relationship, it was the position that those women were being put in, and they were being put above me. It was being put I felt they were here and I was here, and their level of respect was here when mine was here. So that's when it comes to, the mental health problems start to kick in with me. My anxiety was worse. My eating habits. Yeah, I picked up some weight. I did. I was it was a mental thing, not trying to use drugs. So going to another addiction, like I had said before, my addiction, shopping, once sometimes when you get clean from using drugs and stuff, you pick up another addiction. And shopping was an addiction, and mine was binge eating, not moving around, not functioning properly. Because again, I'm in an unhealthy, toxic relationship to where nothing powerful is being instilled in me. Just the every now and then you look good, not a beautiful, but you look good. I don't know. I know for me, there are slippery slope relationships. Yes. Emotional eating. Yes. And that's where I was. And they said the trust issues. It wasn't jealousy that I was enduring. It was definitely trust issues due to the running to other rooms to talk on the phone. I don't know if y'all dealt with this, but um, the man or the woman bringing their significant others around you in your space. I dealt with that. I dealt with the other women that knew that me and this man was in a relationship in my space and being allowed in my space due to him, not them, but due to, yeah, they know. But when another woman or a man don't care, it's what we allowed to happen in our relationships. So those women didn't care about me and how I felt. They wanted their taste of the cake too, and due to that man's insecurities, I had to endure the other women coming in being disrespectful in my space, being put above me. I'm not talking on the phone. We have no communication, but I heard these phone calls, and I'm like, well, damn. Again, it goes to why are we holding on to something that we know is no longer there? He said, Miss Parker, if someone doesn't like you for you, then fuck them. Yes. Hi, my love. Thank you for coming through. You have the right one. Thank you so much. Yes, cross addiction and supplement addictions are very common. And that's where I was. They're also marked by addictive relationship cycles, which can be hard to break. So don't forget, toxic relationships can be extremely harmful and dangerous and lead to depression. I was there. Again, I told you guys I was there. Anxiety, eating disorders, trust issues, and mental health problems. And a lot of us deal with mental health issues. I love you too, Arissa. Thank you. A lot of us are already dealing with mental health issues, whether we want to admit it or not. I'm one to admit that I deal with those issues, and with me dealing with those issues, and still not breaking out of me knowing that I'm just as worthy as anybody else. I am beautiful. I am somebody. But that mental health and not getting the proper help for those mental health issues kept me stuck. She said, you also have to deal with his family members being disrespectful as well. Yes, Sheen, yes. Why are toxic relationships addictive? Everybody knows toxic relationships are bad. Then why is it so difficult to spot them? And why are toxic relationships so addictive? Many times people tend to internalize what partners tell them. If your partner treats you like a child, you tend to think of yourself as incapable. So you're dependent on your partner to take care of you. So remember, it's that many times people tend to internalize what your partner tells them. If your partner treats you like a child, you tend to think of yourself as incapable. People's words are powerful towards us. Thank you, Chrissy. I love you too, Lalizi. People's words are powerful, are very powerful towards us. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tongue twisted today. Today's just really not a good day, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, the tongue is a powerful thing. So when you are not being treated properly, you internalize those feelings and you start feeling that way about yourself. Another example is if your partner tells you their love language gets too physical sometimes, but that only means they love you. This way, they master toxic behaviors and get you addicted to the toxic relationships because you tend to think that that is what love is. So again, that comes with, you know, that tongue being a powerful word where we're seeking something that's just not there. And we're letting any and everything, when they do show us just 1 ounce of affection, when they start talking to us, we take that and we run with it, and we think we're back in love again. We're okay when really we're not. When really we're not. But again, this is for men and women. Those come from people playing on our emotions. When really, when they're playing on our emotions, downing us and doubling down on us to feel worthless, those are their feelings. That's why we have dealt with the infidelities, a lot of the stuff that they're bringing to the relationship that is trashy because of the things they're dealing with. But they implement that on us to make us feel like that, and we take on those feelings because toxic partners tend to disguise their abuse and keep you controlled in it. It can be difficult even to realize you are in abusive relationships. Again, abuse does not have to be he's putting his hands on you or she's putting her hand on you. Abusive relationships are verbally, are even mentally. Again, the disrespect. Again, not acknowledging your feelings. Again, talking to you crazy. That's abuse. And it says even to realize you're in, it can be difficult to realize. So that makes it difficult to realize that we're in a abusive relationship. Hi, Skoka Love. Thank you for coming through. Here's some signs that you are in a control relationship. You feel controlled by your partner. A common sign you are in a toxic relationship is when you feel like your partner controls your every move. You might have internalized asking for permission or checking in with your partner every time you do something. You know, hey, do you mind if I do this? Do you mind if I go here? You know what I'm saying? That's control. Your partner verbally or physically abuses you. If you constantly get into a screaming match with your partner where you're left on the floor crying and you continue to stay with him or her regardless, you might be addicted to drama in the relationship. This toxic love addiction makes you think your relationship has passion, but really it's abusive. So you find yourself crying, uncontrollable crying. You're arguing, you're back and forth, you're arguing, and you're left there to cry on the floor and continue to stay regardless. You might be addicted to drama in the relationship. And we have to take acknowledgement of everything that is being said. We do. You know what I'm saying? Do you like that? Because I didn't like that. I didn't like the feeling of being damaged goods. Talking about it to y'all today, I feel like damaged goods. 3, you feel uncomfortable around your partner. This was stood out to me. If you feel like you can't open up to your partner or you're scared to do so, that can be a sign you are in a toxic relationship. Another reason you might feel uncomfortable is he or she tries to make you behave like a person you're not and trying to change you. And that's where I was. This person was trying to change me. And when I say this person was trying to change me, this person was trying to change me into making me feel like these things were okay. This person was trying to change me to make me feel like these things he was doing was okay. I would literally have to sit here, you guys, and Watch gifts come in. Gifts. Love you gifts. And I was being uncomfortable. I was left to feel uncomfortable. So many times I cringed. Like it just was unrealistic to me. Even though it was reality, but it was unrealistic to me. And I felt like I couldn't open up because I tried it so many times. Have you ever sat there and ate dinner with your loved one and it was just quiet? Again, I'm thinking, why am I holding on to something that is no longer here? Am I damaged goods? Because see, this was getting programmed for me to feel this way, that I'm not worthy, that those other women have more power over me, that because I was gaining weight and wasn't working and doing all that he felt like I should be doing, that I wasn't worth a damn. So I was very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable to have those kind of conversations because, see, I didn't want to feel unloved. My heart was longing for something that just this man just couldn't give me because he didn't get it. He, somewhere along the line, something had happened to him. So yeah, I felt uncomfortable. I was scared to open up. This person tried to change me for all the wrong reasons. This person was trying to change me for their narcissistic behaviors, for their womanizing behaviors. And along with them trying to change me, I let them take every bit and ounce of woman that I had left in me for so long. All the buildup that I was building up for years and years and years, I was letting this person take it from me. If you think changing your personality is a good thing, just so you can be with your partner is a good thing, then you're only fooling yourself and you're addicted to toxic relationships. I don't want to be addicted to toxic relationships. I don't want to hold on to something that's not there. Shay said, I'm going through it. And I'm dropping a link for anybody that wants to come up. And you're always welcome to pull up and share. It's always safe over here to talk about anything because this is what we don't want to hold in, and this is why I'm doing this. Because forever we go through life and we don't talk about relationships, past relationships and things that we have went through, and we're embarrassed. Again, it says that we're embarrassed. We're ashamed. We don't want people to know that we put on a front that we just had the best thing going on in life and that we just left him and, oh girl, I left his sorry ass instead of just being honest about the things we endured. And also with the men, because it's men that go through that just as well. Okay, turn on your camera, please, so I know it's you. Hey, King of Kabbalah, salute, welcome.
What's up with it? What's going on, Miss Parker? What's happening?
Nothing. I was just talking about toxic relationships and do people really hold on to things that's no longer there?
Oh yeah, you know they do. I mean, they have to. I mean, they wouldn't be human if they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you think that people are ashamed? Like, when you leave a toxic relationship, why do you think men and women hold on to those toxicities? Do
Because
you
they
think
get
because of more
comfortable.
they feel like they was invested?
Yeah, they get comfortable, and they get to thinking they don't want to start over like this with nobody else because they already got so much of they, you know what I'm saying, what they think is they love, you know what I'm saying, they invested into the shit. So they, they like, well, here goes nothing. Let's keep this going in.
Mhm. And how do
Yeah,
we
that's all.
change that? Like, how do we go? And that's what I'm saying. With today, because like I was saying, I'm reading up how it messes with our mental. um a lot of people have taken their life due to not feeling their worth being gone and stricken, and just the growing up with not never feeling loved. And you know bye, Auntie Fee. Thank you so much for coming through. You guys make sure y'all go follow Auntie Fee. I'm so sorry I didn't salute you when you came in, Auntie Fee. I was so caught up in getting this commentary out. But how it messes with the mental and so much. And nowadays we see a lot of people taking their life. We know a lot of people didn't come from good households and came from a not so good background. And when somebody says they love them, or they find that find them attractive, and they get in those relationships and it gets worse. You know what I'm saying? Just when you thought you found somebody, it was like, golly, I was fine how I was. How do you feel?
That's all that is that that comfortableness. You know what I'm saying? They so used to it and they don't want to give it up. So they try to hold on to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not really that person, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of is, but it really ain't just about that person. It's like, you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? Selfishness. So I believe they start thinking about a lot of the stuff that they like to have and the stuff that makes them, you know what I'm saying, okay and feel comfortable. They know they won't be able to do that with a new person because they have to spend a lot of time trying to, you know what I'm saying, to get that person to think something else about them.
And I'm like, Shay, can you okay, so okay, why do people cheat? And Lewis hurt all around. And that's what I say. Why hold on? I don't understand when men and women hold on when they're just not happy.
I mean, people cheat because they get horny and they want to go get some action. And sometimes the person they with might not want to give them the action that fast. And they know places where they can go get it real quick at. Boom.
But why not just leave when it's so much simpler to just leave? And do you able to go wherever you want and do whatever you want to do and see fit to do. It's the holding on to me part that was with me in the relationship, the toxic relationship that I was in. It's the holding on part. And again, I said, Tang said, right, just leave. And that's where it came from, you guys. Like I said, financially, um, when I would come with my portion of the money to help get things taken care of in the house, that was hugs and love and attention. And I took it because I feel like, okay, maybe I was tripping. Maybe he does love me. Maybe what I'm saying. But it's like after the bills get paid, my portion is spent. He's good. We back. We back to the mistreatment. We back to the let me make her feel like she's not worthy. We're back to the other women coming into the relationship. Um, so then again, okay, why not just leave? If that's all I can provide is materialistic things financially, just financially. Because see, sometimes men and women do stay when it's financially beneficial for them. So how do you feel about that?
Like I was saying, if they was gonna leave, they would have to change up their entire game plan to suit the new people they get around, so they can try to see if they can get their old rocks off like they used to do with the last person. And some people don't get enough time to do that. You know, they feel like that's too much brain work. And for some people, it might be, but they wouldn't want to put themselves through all that when they already have they punching bag with them, and they can just continue to, they reign of terror.
Miss Antoinette said, "Don't be a rug for anyone. You deserve better." She also said, "Just as you got into the relationship and you don't feel loved, get out and let God lead." South said,
Already.
South Bank said, "Some people love the thrill of sneaking," and I do understand that. South Bank, I get that, and I know that that's to be true. But my thing is, when we get to a certain age in life, when is enough enough?
Yeah, the thrill seekers, yeah, them was the people that most definitely like to push the envelope. So those ain't no people that's gonna just burn out anyway.
And Shay, I've dealt with that. I understand. I've dealt with that. You guys, on especially with me being on the social media stream, I deal with a lot of disrespect. I and I guess Shay, some things and I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Hey, sincere, thank you for coming through. And okay, I just got to be honest. I think that it should be boundaries set on that end to let and if you want that type of life on social media and you're a man and you're getting all this women attention and you want it and that's what you want to do and where you want to be at, get that, but don't drag me along with that. So Shay, I definitely understand, you know what I'm saying, where you're coming from with that. It's a lot of disrespect that goes on, and we cannot stop anybody from saying things, we just cannot. But at the end of the day, when boundaries aren't set up, on and off camera, for me, on and off camera, I give that respect. I don't tolerate it. I don't indulge in it and things. So I know how hard it can be. Do you kind of understand where I'm coming from, KLK?
Yeah,
If you are say, I'm just saying for instance, we're a couple. I'm gonna use as an example. How do you set up boundaries for disrespect? What is disrespect for you? As far as just say I'm online, I'm doing this commentary right now, and we have a man, that's in the chat, just South Bank TV saying, "Oh, I love you, Miss Parker. I love you, baby." And we look, me and you both up here, we looking at this comment like, huh? How do you go from that those subscribers reaching out and being inappropriate? Do you set up boundaries and let them know like, nah, this is inappropriate? Or do you lounge on to that? Do you latch on to the excitement of knowing that people are
I
liking
mean,
you?
it's a lot of avenues you can take. To, no,
No,
that's what I'm saying. About to
no.
say, it's a lot of avenues to that. I mean, you can go along and play with the person, so just to get the laughs off. But if you're doing that and that other person, start going in and the stuff seems serious, then you got to really sit that person down and get on some rules or two. Like, hey, we don't get out like that. But we play around out here, but you know what I'm saying. Then you got to let the person know what's going on, what's happening.
and um and that's real, you know what I'm saying. It definitely has to be, because I get it how everybody's got some things going on, and some people don't want to lose subs and be like, oh, that's just the internet, you know what I'm saying. I watch so much of it happening on the internet, you know what I'm saying. A lot of us are on the internet with our significant others, and our people we're messing with and things like that. So Shay, I definitely understand where you're coming from, and I say set boundaries for that. But then again, you're not engaging into that either. If you're serious about the relationship that you are in, I don't see the indulging in those kind of activities or those inappropriate conversations, acts of inappropriateness. That's just me.
Yeah,
Miss Antoinette said, "Don't ever let a man or a woman feel like they have control over you, because if you fall for that, you fall for anything."
Mm-hmm. It's
Here goes
textbook.
Blended Healing. Hey, Blended Healing.
Hey boo, how you doing?
I'm better after getting some of this commentary out. It just kind of take me back, and so it's talking about are we holding on to something that's no longer there? So that just kind of takes me back and makes me kind of dwell on a lot of things that I'm seeing now, or actually is a part of. So
Okay. Hi, King of Kapala, how are you?
Brendan Healing, how you doing? I'm doing good. You doing all
I'm
right?
doing good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's what's up.
I'm good. Go ahead. I'm just listening. I'm gonna
mm.
talk after.
Okay, so let me read a couple of things really quick while I got y'all to up here if y'all don't mind. So I was reading up on some ways, 11 reasons why people stay in toxic relationships. It says, one, they might not realize the relationship is toxic. They may minimize the toxic behaviors or think they're normal. When a person is trying to make a toxic relationship work, they'll often try to focus on the good things about their partner. They'll sometimes tell themselves things like, at least he doesn't hit me, or when things are good, they're really great. Over time, that can lead to a skewed vision of the relationship and why they're not able to recognize how unhealthy it really is. And I've done that. You guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, well, at least he does do this. So, well, at least he does, you know what I'm saying, do that. So I have minimized the toxicity. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It can be really dangerous to leave. Some ending a toxic or abusive relationship can lead to violence. The abuser may make threats to harm the partner, take or harm their children, or even harm or do something to the pets, neighbors, friends, or other family members. Sadly, these threats are sometimes carried out. That's why it's important for someone who's being abused to make an exit plan and leave safely. Not everybody's being abused in the relationship, but just in case, set a plan. Low self esteem can make them feel like they deserve it. Toxic relationships can destroy a person's self worth. The victim of a toxic relationship will often hear how worthless they are on a daily basis. That can really wear a person down over time. They might believe that they deserve to be abused or that no one else will want to be with them. They may not even believe they have the strength to leave and start over. Often the relationships will start with the narcissist or abusive partner, showing a lot of affection to the other person. Once there's a strong bond there, the abuser will gradually start criticizing and belittling their victim, eroding their self esteem over time. Low self esteem can be a defensive behavior. If they submit to their abuser, it can help minimize the severity of the abuse. These self esteem issues can persist long after the relationship is over, making it hard to trust others in the future. That fear of trusting others can also make it difficult to reach out. And that's where I am with the self esteem part of it, Linda Healing.
Asha. So, as I was sitting in your chat, um, you made a statement I didn't like.
What did I say? I'm sorry.
You put yourself down
Yeah.
and you called yourself damaged goods.
Well,
And you
let me change that. I felt like,
thank you.
well, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Because you're not. And anybody who goes through a narcissistic relationship, um, know that they're the narcissist and you're the victim. But what I need you to know is that you need to turn that VIC and take off the TIM and put TOR. I need you to not be a victim and I need you to be a victor
Mm.
because you saw something and all the time And all the time that you were going through what you were going through, which was not love, it was a substitution, it was a manipulation, it was a control issue. That's what that was. That's not love. Love doesn't feel like that. So somewhere along the line, you decided that you was going to speak up. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas where I want all of the people who feel as though they are VICs to take the Tim off and put the Tor on because y'all are victors. Because the first thing that you did is you recognized what you was in. When the divine was throwing people in your way, throwing flags across your path, you decided that you didn't want to see the flags because they told you that they were going to change and it wasn't going to be like this and it wasn't going to be like that. But what is words without action? What are words without action? Second of all, when they sit up here and play the mind game on you, telling you that, well, you ain't loyal to me, you ain't this, you ain't that. Did they ever ask you for your loyalty? Because loyalty is something that should be asked for and not freely given. That's just like having faith in somebody and putting faith in man. When you become loyal to somebody, they should ask you, can you be loyal to me? And what is the reason? Because my loyalty is not given freely. Because how do I know if you're going to hold up your side of it? So therefore, along the way, you had to decide whether or not when you were going to speak up. Thirdly, if you are in a relationship where you feel as though you are going to have some type of physical harm against your person, your children, your pets, your family, that's not love. That's control. That's sadistic. That has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. I need you to find a place and make a plan to get out. And don't fall victim into the Willy Bobo shit that they gonna say. I'm sorry, I cursed. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Don't fall victim to that Willy Bobo shit that they gonna say to you to make you to stay. How they gonna change. How they gonna do this and how they gonna do all of that. They're not doing that. They're never gonna do that. And if they do, they're only gonna do it for a short period of time. But understand that relationship is all built out of scarcity. And you mentioned that. It was a financial situation where what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I don't have the money. I only got part of the money. They give this, they give that, and they going to pay this and they going to pay that. That's staying inside of that mentality, telling yourself that you don't have the power and strength to get out. When all of the power and strength is inside of you already. It's already there. But what holds people back is the lack of scarcity. They're not going to have anything. How am I going to do this on my own? How do I believe? Have faith in yourself. My God. You are built in the image of the divine. So if you are built in the image of the divine, what are you? The divine. So if the divine is for you, who could be against you? If something is meant for you, then it's meant for you. I need you to break those generational bonds because that behavior was learned behavior in some way, shape, or form. You seen it and you thought that this was going to be the way that it's supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to be treated. No, no, that's not. Love is somebody coming in the door and you matching them with the love, coming in equally. It has nothing to do about controlling each other. So get out of that sense of scarcity because that's not what this is. There's too many resources out there for you to utilize to get out. And why would the divine put you in a position where it's time that you now realize that you got to do an exit plan? Do you know that they will put people in your path to help you with that? So now you don't want to show your vulnerability. You don't want to show, you rather suffer in silence than to actually tap on somebody's door and hold up a sign that says, help me.
Mm.
So you want to suffer in silence. No, no, beloved, that's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. Another reason why I think people get stuck is because I'm just going to put it out there. Um, they either digmatized,
Mm.
they think they ain't going to get no good sex nowhere else,
Mm.
or the reverse, or they ain't going to be able to get no thang, no pocket from somebody else. So you going to stay for the sex? For real. Girl, go down there and get yourself a set of some AAA batteries or something. You know what I mean? Go in there and get something to help yourself. This ain't this and this ain't that. You stronger than that. You understand? You stronger than that. Go get some, go get some AAAs. Go get a toy. I know
Mm.
that there's some content creators out here that got little shops going on. Go in there and go hit them up. You know, there's somebody or somewhere that got something. I'm just saying. So being that way, you don't have to rely on that. Be ensured of who you are and whose you are. I think
Mm.
you forget. You are divinely, uniquely built, built in the image of the divine. I'm telling you this. You don't have to be a victim. Take Tim off and put Tor on. Tor better for you. You're a victor. And trust me, the divine will put somebody in the way to help you out. They're not going to continue to please put people in your way for them to continue to keep handing it, putting their hand out, putting your hand out, putting your hand out. And then when you say, I can't read these comments.
I don't look, make it stop masturbating right there. I don't
I'm
want
sorry.
nobody. I know that's right, make it.
But I'm saying, do your thing. No judgment, no heat. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I love
But
it.
but what I'm pretty much saying is that you can help yourself. And nobody's going to keep extending their hand to you to turn them away in the 11th hour. But what I really would like y'all to do, if you have somebody that crosses your path, even if it's you seeing somebody in that situation, give them the information. Give them the information so they know that when they are ready, they know what way to go. What I need you to do is take your cape off and lay it at their feet because now you gave them the information and now they're going to have to do it on their own. And if they need you, let them know that you'll be there, you know, in a call, but they got to keep it a buck, you know, because you got to go through your own awakening, just like you, Miss Parker, went through your own awakening. You got tired of drowning. You got tired of drowning. You couldn't catch your breath. You was underwater, just like all of us. All of us who've been through situations like this, we feel as though we're under the water and we can't breathe. We feel like we're drowning and we're doing it all alone, but God. Because at some point, you can't hold your breath that damn long. You're going to have to jump out of that water so you can catch your breath. And your breath is the connection to the divine. Every time you take a breath, that is a connection to the divine. So you know what that means? That means you are somebody and you are worthy of that. All right. Sometimes we walk around and we feel so wounded that we can't even help ourselves. We feel as though we have failed. somebody. Who you failed is yourself. I'm going to keep the onus on you. Because if you can't heal yourself, even to the point to get out, how are you going to help anybody else? How are your kids going to be helped? How is your family going to be helped if you can't help yourself? I'm keeping it 100. I'm not sugarcoating today because I'm tired. Because I want you all to understand the beauty that I see every time I come into your platform, Ms. Parker. The positivity and the beauty and everybody that comes through this door, men and women. You have a calling on your life. You are not here by accident. This woman right here sitting on this platform has exposed herself so much, and she has sold so much of her story to everybody that she is a prime example what it means when you glow up. She is an example of glow up. She is doing the damn thing. She's every bit of that. Every bit of that. And when you're going through this season, know that yes, you are learning a lesson of betrayal. Everybody goes through betrayal. It's how you respond to the betrayal. It's a lesson nonetheless. Your heart's going to break. You feel like you can't breathe. Your chest hurts because you're being betrayed, you know? But it's a lesson because now the next time that this situation comes up, you're going to be able to spot it 100 feet away before it even comes close to you. This is what I'm trying to tell you right now. It's time for ending the cycle and cutting the cords. Cut the cords. If you're not going to do it, look at your babies and say, I need to cut the cords for them. Because they're looking at you as being the strong woman that you are, or the strong man that you are. Who's their first teacher? Y'all. Break the generational curse. It ends with you. You step up and you break that curse. Okay? I need you to level up right now. Remember who you are and level up.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to grow up. Level up. Get out of that situation. I know it may be hard. I don't care if you got to leave the house and make notes somewhere else in order for you to be safe if you feel unsafe. Make a plan. Do you understand? Make a plan. Figure out a way how to get out of the house. Because you got to go grocery shopping somewhere, somehow. You out of the house somewhere, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let nobody have no power over you. You're the one that has the ultimate power. Straight talk. Straight talk. And stop looking at things as though everything is barren and nothing is going your way. My God. For you to even know what you're going through,
Mm-hmm.
there's a level of truth that you are seeing right now. A level of truth that you're seeing right now. When I need you to, when you're planting your seeds about how things are going to be better for you later on, I'm going to say what I have to say. Excuse me. When you see that, know that when you're manifesting and you're putting that on, your list of what you want to do, don't look at it what is going to happen. Look at it that it happened already. And I need you to move in that spirit. You're not a victim. You're a victor. You're victorious all the time. And when you get there and you balance yourself out, baby, you're going to be able to live the dream, just like my sweetheart sitting right here on the panel. Living the dream, putting her dream in action, doing the things that she says she was going to do. She's doing. She is a victor. victor. And there's no reason and no season for you to resist. It's time to make a change in your life. That's all I have to say. Ashe and deep bow to you.
Thank you, Linda Hillen, so much. I think you woke the crowd up when you came. You definitely woke us up. Like I said, I just wasn't feeling too good today. As you go through things in life, every piece of content I put out is something that I've been through, um, something that I'm going through. And I know that there's somebody out there that feels like I feel. Have we ever held on to something that's just no longer there for us? For a long time I held on to something that was just not there. And even when I relive it just takes me to this place that just doesn't make me feel good about myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying that, because I just don't feel good. This person did make me feel like I was damaged goods. This person did make me feel worthless, you know and I tried and I tried and I tried, and I be asking, like, I don't understand, Glendale. Like, I be asking God, like, why make me good? Why make me a good person? Why do I gotta be the good person? Why can't I be cold like them?
It's simple, baby. You just wasn't built that way. You wasn't built that way. And when it comes back to reliving what you have went through, look what you're doing right now. You're testifying, because your journey and that piece that you went through is a shining beacon to let people know that they can too get out of that. And the other thing I need you to let you know about your person that abused you is that everything that they did to you was everything they felt about themselves. Everything that they did to you is everything they thought about themselves. So they had to make themselves feel bigger than life in order to go through. It was your test, baby, so you can have a testimony. Every test that we receive is not good test or bad test. It's just a test. And look what you're doing with that test. So I need you to look yourself in the mirror and say, instead of looking at it badly, look at it as a victorious moment, because you saw the handwriting on the wall and you was out. And now, what are you doing? You're here helping other men and women who went through the same situation, that are going through the same situation, showing them what can be achieved. You got to learn to see yourself as an individual, as somebody that is worthy. Somewhere along the line, this person took your worth away. But guess what? You went back and looked all around the grass and all around the house and found that worthy and slapped that shit back on your chest. You hear what I'm saying? You are worthy. And never forget that. Never forget that. Just like each and every one of y'all in this chat is worthy. It's a reminder, it's a scar. Just like you have visible scars, you can have internal scars too. But it's all about healing and getting to the trigger of that and digging that out so you can throw it out and go back. Here's another thing I need you to do, or may I offer. You see where you are today? Do you see all the positivity that you're doing? Do you see all the love that's around you? Do you or do you not have a person that loves you dearly? That every time you walk in a room, you take his breath away? All of these good things. Are your children happy? Are your grandchildren happy? do you want for anything? Are you in a good space? Are you in a good place? Are you an activist? Are you a content creator? Are you living life to the fullest? You look good. You got food on the table, clothes on the backs. Your children want for nothing. I need you to look at that person in the mirror. Sit back, see, feel, and imagine where you took yourself back and go and hug Tasha when she was that age. Hug her so hard and tell her that everything turned out fine. And let her know that her sacrifice for you, that you recognize it and that you love her. And tell her, look where you are now. Go back and give that other Tasha a hug and tell her thank you. Because that Tasha helped mold the Tasha who's sitting in front of us today. Asha?
Ashay. Thank you, Linda Hill, and I appreciate you so much.
No problem, baby. I'm going to let you go with you, but you know how to find me.
I know, I know. Thank you so much.
I'm going to
You
jump
know,
on down.
Linda Hill woke us all up. She gave us, man, that was a moment. Mac Ash came in here with her, funny, it was hilarious. But yes, Mac Ash, yeah. But thank you so much, Linda Hill, and again, I'm glad you came up here and spoke on this. And King of Kapala, thank you so much. To my mods, thank y'all so much. And you got to kind of got me choked up, Linda Hillen, because as I sit here, yeah, Callie, catch it, Callie. As I sit here and I still have my moments, y'all, and I just want to be honest about it, Linda Hillen. You know what I'm saying? Um, as I'm elevating, it's still hard for me to accept where I'm going at. Um, Sometimes not feeling I don't know the word for it right now. But I just didn't wake up feeling too good. And I didn't wake up feeling too good because I push people, and I always try to be there for people, but the people that and this is not nobody in the chat or no content creator. It's just how I've been feeling and how I've been made to feel here in the past few weeks, and I don't like it. And I think it's okay for me to express myself because my channel is my journey. My channel is my journal. My
Baby, you ain't nothing but a spirit living in a human existence. We are going to all go through that. And I'm not going to negate your feelings because your feelings are your own and you have every right to feel that way. I'm offering you, just when you feel like it, go back and tell the other Tasha and hug the death out of her because she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. And no weapon formed against you will prosper. And all I see is nothing but golden light in your future.
thing.
And how many people are so proud of you for what you have endured? You know what you showed them? Power, strength, and grace.
Mm,
Power, strength, and grace. I love you, sis, more than you can ever know. And every time I see each and every one of you um, shine, my heart gets so full
mhm.
because y'all deserve to have the very best. And you are helping so many people. So I thank you so much because you helped me too.
Oh, thank you.
I have nothing but the deepest respect for you as a woman.
Thank you, Linda
And
Hillen.
I thank you for your testimony. testimony.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. I love you from a genuine place.
I love you too.
All right then.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye
Have a
bye.
good one, Glenilla. Thank you guys so much for coming through because like I just told Glenda Healing when I woke up and I was like, no, I don't know if I wanna go through with this today and really just like and it's not putting anybody down, but it's just along my journey and in my journal, I do want that blueprint of things that happen so I won't make the same mistakes again. So I don't know the signs such as Wendy Hillen was saying. And when I was like, nah, I was doubting it doing this segment and my mama's obituary, it fell out. She fell out. And when she fell out, I was like, man, mom, don't do this right now. Like, but she was telling me basically, like, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all know I be getting emotional. But my mama told me it was okay. And she was also telling me, quit letting people treat you like it. You don't deserve that. That ain't who I raised you. That ain't the woman I raised you to be. And she said, you got to put a holding on to something that's no longer there. And you have to be honest with your people. So I was like, yeah. I talked to somebody and they started crying because I was like, girl, my mama's obituary done fell out because I'm telling them everything I'm talking about today. Like, man, I got to quit holding on to people that mean me no good. I got to quit holding on to things that are just no longer there. And then, like I said, when I come on here, y'all, I be so genuine to y'all. Like, I'm not perfect. But one thing about it is who the fuck I am on the screen. Y'all, I promise y'all I'm that person when I log off. Still helping others. Still want to do this, want to do that. Taking on too many projects at once. Trying to set too many goals. And it ain't never too many goals, but trying to take on too many goals. But one thing about it is I don't treat people like that. I don't want people around me for fake love or nothing. I don't. I love all. I think everybody deserves to be loved. I think everybody, and I just feel like when something's done, be real, man or woman, and say, hey, hey, it's no longer there. It's just no longer there. Because when you don't have communication and people don't give you that closure, and we all pertain to be grown on this app in so many different ways and stuff, and and I see you portray yourself one way, I want you to be that person all the time. I want people to be who they are when they not on this camera. I expect that as well as y'all do. Thank you, Sonya. But I'm that person. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I can tell energy through the camera. I can tell who's good peoples and who like, you know what I'm saying? They crazy, but hell, I am too. You know what I'm saying? But when you just can't be genuine and it comes to the point where I know that you're using me because you're fucked up. And you can't own to people that you are a fucked up individual. That's one thing about it. I got mental issues. I do. Y'all don't have to deal with it. I do. If I get on here today and say, hey, I'm an addict, at the end of the day, y'all can judge, but y'all don't have to deal with me. I do. It don't mean being a drug addict doesn't affect you guys. It affects my children. It affects me. It affects my loved ones. So see, we got to quit letting people get on here and pretend to be somebody they're not. And I no longer have to sit here and deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with disrespect. I don't want to deal with fake love. I don't want to deal with somebody that I'm just beneficial for in life, period. So I say this to say, you know what I'm saying? We got to quit holding on to things that are no longer there. And this ain't down to nobody, but it's just saying my expectations of people. What y'all expect of me, I expect of y'all. It said, I get it. It hurts when people treat people kindness and people don't give you the same respect. It does. It hurts. You're right. Some people you have to deal with from a distance. You do. But I've just been hurt so many times, y'all, along the way of dealing with fake love, of dealing with fake people, dealing with people that wanna, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can build people up, but see, one thing about it is, I always said, I will never let this YouTube shit get to me. Cause I'm just me. Just like Nisha, Chinyuri, Blended Hill and Lita, Jean, y'all, Anisha, everybody, Callie. I'm just like y'all, we just regular people. I don't want to be looked at as nothing else but just Miss Parker. I came on her my original name. I am Tasha. Nothing more, nothing less. When people say I help them, I still don't see it. I give everybody else the credit for that. Because I know I'm a work in progress. I know that I'm holding on to people in my life that just ain't no good for me. I had somebody literally just turn their back on me last night. And it tore me up. Because I was like, dang, when we can't express ourselves, like, am I wrong for, should I start being quiet in life? Do I just have to be quiet? But then if I shut up, I'm back to where I started from. But see, the thing is, when this person had turned their back on me, I was like, damn. So everything, well, I'm going to say this, everything started falling into place for me. Cause like I said, along the way, you know, she said that's life, sis. That's why you have to observe people and deal with them the way you deal with them. People hide behind advertising, act like their life is so perfect. I have a therapist now. What? Yeah. Some people with the negativity and take your kindness for weakness, those you have to pray for and let go. And I was telling somebody, I was like, man, I said, when I be seeing this person go through it, I like it. And it hurt me that I said I liked it. And that person to tell you, I said, I know in my heart, I just want God to take that away, that I like seeing these people go through it, because where they shitted on me. These people, I literally keep letting these people shit on me. But I'm good when I can give something to them. I'm good. I'm great. But when I've been down, and yeah, I've been down, y'all. I've been down, man. Hard, bad. I don't care what y'all say on this app. This place I've been in for the past few months. I mean, no TV for 6 months. None. None. But not one time during that time, these people that I'm giving to said, are you okay? I know you miss your mother. Not one time, y'all. But they uplifted everybody around me. They checked on everybody else around me. And I kept saying, damn, is this a test? Don't do me like this, God. Now, like, come on. Is this a test? So then I thought, nah, like, let me, again, throwing myself out there. Throwing myself out there for these people. I ain't never get nothing in return about my mother. To this day. To this day, I haven't been asked mentally, am I okay? So again, my channel is my journal. My channel is my journey. Because then when I leave her, I get the inspiration from Blended Healing, and y'all don't get it twisted. I do. And I go back to my journal and I write down. And that lets me know what other content to come up with. Because I told y'all, when I do my content, it's like a puzzle I'm putting together. Okay, I got this piece. I'm still missing a lot of pieces. But one thing I'm gonna quit letting people do is really just play with my life. I'm no longer letting nobody else play with my life. I had so much other avenues open for me. And I'm going to go with those avenues and revenues. Because, see, I'm blocking blessings, trying to make everybody else's blessings come true for them. Again, not feeling worthy. Not feeling like myself or pushing them to every level beyond measurable, trying to. When people have been around me making me feel like I'm being foolish and some more stuff. But I'm healed. I'm still holding on to something that's not there. But I'm taking the bad end of the stick. I'm getting the bad end of the stick to build them up. I'm still getting the bad end of the stick. I let these people pretend to be who they not. And some more stuff. And I sit here today in front of y'all to say, man, we got to quit holding on to something that's just no longer there. I try not to cry as long as possible today, y'all. It took me everything. Thank you, Sonia. You didn't know, but for the people that are around me, Jen been there for me. Callie. I tell everybody, TT, Laleezy, Brashay, them was good people there for me. But you want those specific people that you're around all the time to uplift you when you're going through that. See, people get, like I say, I can get on here and be anybody I want to be. Y'all don't know me in real life. Y'all only know what I'm getting on this camera and saying once I shut it off, am I still this person? I am. And I can honestly say that I am. But see, I don't got that woman that I can call that I just couldn't do nothing wrong in my mother's eyes. But I would get that upliftment that I needed, even though I know I need to tell myself that and instill that in myself. But, this person knew how much my mother meant to me. This person knows how much my mother meant to me. And I let them fake it for so long around me, y'all. And once I kind of mentioned what I was going through, and I thought I had a friend I was talking to. And they said, "Are you done?" I said, "Huh?" They say, "Yeah, are you done?" Because I was going to go to sleep. And y'all, that crushed me. That crushed me. So see, it just doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be anything. But that person actually told me, "Are you done?" Because I was just like, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling. I just wanted to talk to you for a while, and this I was just feeling like this today and feeling like that." And I shut down. I went back into that dark place. I went back into that place that I kept saying, "Yeah, I ain't going back there. I ain't going back there. I ain't going back there." Yeah. But I'm okay, y'all. After getting on here and let Blended Healing talk, and I get it off because, like I said, this is my journal. My channel is my journal. I don't know about nobody else's channel, and I could care less what they got going on. But that's how I've been getting treated. That's how I've been getting treated. Thinking that I got people around me that I can express my feelings. Thank you, Mouthpiece. I think I'm like, oh, I've been there for this person, and this person is going to be there for me equally. And mm-mm. Yeah. So when I was like, dang, should I get on here and do this segment today? Do I do this segment? And I was like, nah. And then that's when my mama's obituary fell out. And she told me it was okay. She told me it was okay. It's okay for you to express your feelings, girl. And I did that. That's why I said today I just wasn't okay. I still even haven't ate. Like I ain't drunk nothing all day, y'all. I woke straight up and was focused on my journal. I really didn't even care if people came today or not. I was still gonna express my feelings on my channel. I love you too, Lita. And I was gonna let y'all know, Shin Yuri, I understand your pain. And for everybody that lost their parent. Mine's still fresh. Every day is fresh for me. And when I can't wake up and depend on people that I'm there for, because see, the thing is, when the person was making me feel like a burden, I'm like, I can't be burdening you because you do nothing for me. Like, but just listen to me. That's all I ask the person to do. Like, you don't take care of me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think, what do I owe you to where I'm a burden? See, when you buy my clothes, you buy my shoes, you have to pay for my roofing, which I do that. I pay my own rent. All of that. I take care of me. Then I'm a burden to where you don't want to listen to me, to where I can't express my feelings. But like I told this person, one thing about me is when I cut this camera on, I'm who I am. I don't got to fake in front of none of these people because I don't owe anybody nothing and nobody owes me anything. But I am who I am on and off this camera. So I guess when I want to go through my crying and, put my feelings down, I get my notebook. So y'all won't see that I'm lying. Y'all see notes in there. That's words. I write, I scribble. I go all around my paper. I keep writing, y'all. And then when I write, I bring it to YouTube. What's in this journal? I got papers filled, except that little part. I think that's the emptiest part in this journal. But everything else is notes. Notes. But the one time I didn't want to write down some notes and talk to a person, they said, "Are you done?" But that same person that turned their back on me yesterday will bring all their stuff to me that's not even relevant in my life, that brings no relevancy to my life. They throw up other people to make me feel like that person brought relevancy to their life, how worthless I was in their life, how much of a non-factor I have been. And I'm just putting these words into how I be feeling when I in conversations. And I said, dang, but I'm there when that person need me. See, I don't turn my back. I might get upset. Hell, I've been talking to Callie for 3 years. We do that. But turn my back, no. No. So I go to say, we got to quit holding on. Thank you, my peace. Yeah, it is. It's very therapeutic. But last night, yeah, Nina, I got time for them. Hey, Taylor. And the thing is, you guys, I thought, dang, I mean, it's like I said with Miss Arissa and me and her starting a foundation. I was like, I've never done nothing so good in my life. So that was special to me. And I said, I don't want my memberships and super chats to go towards me. I want it to go to a funding. And I told her I didn't even want to receive the money. I was going to send it straight to her because I want to give back to people that can't afford certain things. Because, see, throughout my life, I was in the lines at the God pantries, and, I'm not ashamed. I was in need. I might have snorted all my grocery money up. Can't leave my children hungry. I did think about my babies throughout my addiction. So I feel like the community gave back to me. When I would go to the Goodwill and I need work pants because I couldn't afford the work pants at the store, that was in my community. That was given back to me. See, a lot of people get on here and be ashamed and act like they so much better than us, and they just got the whole wide world in their hands when that baby they don't. See, that's when you start becoming original. That's when you become real and you let it know this is what it was. I was never ashamed to catch no bus to work. I didn't have a car. How else was I going to get 20, 30 miles? The bus. I'm not ashamed to catch the bus to go home from where I am now. If I got to get on the Greyhound, damn it, I got to get on the Greyhound. If I got to fly Spirit, I am flying Spirit. That's the problem with today's society. That's the problem with a lot of people that, have turned their backs on me. This person that turned their back on me. And I called somebody else because I couldn't believe this person turned their back on me. And I said, damn, I seen this person go through so much. I seen them be in pain and some more stuff. And should I be happy? Should I wish that, like, man, I just want God to take that out of my heart today. Because I almost wanted to be happy that this person was going through some stuff. But that wasn't even me. I couldn't even keep it in my heart to be mean for a second, y'all. I just couldn't. And I told my friend, I said, I don't even want to think like that. Because that's not me. Don't get it twisted that so many times, y'all. I'd be like, God, why you want me to be nice? Like, why? I question that man about that. Man, woman, whatever God is, quit making me be like let me be how they are to me. Let me treat them how they are treating me. But no, it's like it goes on deaf's ear. So today I said, I got to really focus on me. Because I focus on everything else and what everybody else wants me to be a part of and do. But I had to start saying, what do Tasha want to do? What is good for Tasha? So my foundation, me being finally being happy because I got merchandise of my own, merchandise of my own. I'm getting my own merchandise, and I was like, man, I want to do my own thing. Y'all, it's to the point where I don't want to do switching lanes. Because switching lanes really isn't my thing. That's Shank Rock's thing. So I want to remove myself from switching lanes. I really want to do my thing. I really think it's time for me to stay in my own lane. Let everybody else do what they need to do for them. And I got to do what's best for me. Because at this point in time, we can't expect nobody to do nothing else for us. We have to do what we have to do, what's best for us. I can't expect it. I don't expect it. I'm okay, Nina. Thank you, though, love. Yeah. And you're right, Antoinette. They turned their back on God. So after today, I appreciate everything that Shank Rock done for me. I do. But I'm going to let him have switching lanes. I wish switching lanes nothing but the best. It's other revenues that'll come up for me eventually in the future, hopefully in the future, that I can take part in and be a part of. But I really got to work on me. It's really time that I really, really therapeutically work on myself. Get back into therapy. Do what I have to do for me. That way, I don't feel used. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's something I created. It's something I've done. I don't have to feel obligated to anybody. And I'm just like I said, just with me wanting something different. Nah, Brashay, you cool. Hi, baby. Yep, the higher power does have something big for me. But I'm just really ready to focus on me. I gotta focus on me. I gotta get myself together for my babies. I gotta leave something for longevity for my babies. I want my babies to be able to go back and look at my channel and be like, dang, mama did that. My mama did that. And they do now, but you know what I'm saying? I still don't want them. I want them to see the beginning to the real elevation, the real growth. So when they having a bad time and people turn their back on them, that they won't go dark, that they stay as bright as I did through those moments. And say, let me stop giving up on myself because these people are giving up on me. Because that's what it's being, y'all. The more that I've been over here just staying positive is the more people keep shitting on me. Keep shitting on me. They keep shitting on me. They keep shitting on me. And I've allowed it for so long. Because that ain't the delivery I give. I don't give that delivery out to nobody. But I keep letting them throw these shit packages at me. So today, for me and my kids, this is my journal and my journey for me and my kids. And I'm gonna continue to do my merchandise on my own that nobody can take credit for and say they done that. I'm still gonna do my foundation, the Colin Michael Germany Foundation with Arissa Bay. And I hope in the future that it impacts mothers all over the world, and not just mothers, but fathers and siblings all over the world. That's the difference I'm trying to make. And see, if I do this, I don't have to worry about nobody turning their back on me because I'm in my own lane. I'm in my own lane. I'm really in my own zone. Last night was definitely a test for me. And that's why my mother fell out on me today. Because I had talked to her about this people. I had talked to her about this person. And she thought this person was a really good friend to me. And when I would say things about this friend to her, she'd be like, girl, stop that. Something I be saying to Callie, we do that. Stop that. Because she never saw bad in people. She was a good woman. And I got her heart. Nina said, sad to say the good and positive people always the one getting shit on. Yeah. She said, Miss Parker, I feel where you at. I had to check myself at a point in life because I realized I was trying to help everyone. But when I needed the help, there was no one there. So I had to focus on me. Yeah. That's where I'm at, Miss Sharon. Well, you don't have to sit there and get treated that way. Move on. You deserve better. Yeah, I do. And that's just where I'm at. I'm just really tired of people turning their backs on me. I'm just really tired of being the shit bag that I've been for months. I was to the point where I was really losing my hair, you guys. I thought the breast cancer came back. I was so stressed. I was giving a bigger portion to my friend than I was myself. I was trying to find ways, like, let me see what I can come up with. For this person to turn their back on me, I was always trying to come up with something. Even if I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, y'all, I was doing that. Hey, I know you give me that, but can I get that advance? So I could help the person that turned their back on me. But I'm going to be okay. Because, see, I don't need blessings financially. What I've gave that person, I don't need it back. I don't need it back. And I don't want it back. Because I know God do got a plan for me. I just have to be patient. See, I'm not a patient person. I like things happen quick, real fast. But I know I have to have patience. Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah, it's time for me to turn over a new leaf, Miss Juanita Brown. It is. Um, Thank y'all for going down, coming on my journey with me. Every time y'all join my chat, y'all joining my journey with me. Y'all going on my journey with me. It's like we all driving down the road in a bus and we just, we all talking to each other and listening. And we all crying and some of us are laughing, some of us are patting each other on the back. And thank y'all for y'all commentary in the chat because I write these things down in my journal. What you just said, Miss Juanita, what Miss Antoinette said, what Brown Sugar says, what Miss Sharon says, what Miss Callie says, what Lita says, what Jen says, what Nisha say. I write what y'all say to me in my journal. Yeah, Cola, yeah. So thank y'all so much for going down my path with me, my journey, my journal. Y'all part of my journal. Y'all part of my life. And y'all are very impactful on my life in the most positive way. This is priceless. I don't know how nobody else get down with their subscribers, but y'all are priceless to me. Without me, my path would be dry. Without y'all, my path would be dry. But y'all came and moved roadblocks for me. With y'all positivity, watching the meaning of people really being grown and adult in the chat without the bickering and the back and forth. People just really having grown adult conversation back and forth to each other. And that's a part of my journey that keeps me growing. It keeps me positive. All the love that y'all spread, It's so much love that I have to give it to somebody else. I have to pass it to somebody else. Even Mac Ash, thank you, Mac Ash, for dropping down in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sonya. I appreciate that virtual hug. But I appreciate y'all again. My moderators, y'all mean everything to me. Y'all been here from the beginning. Nina, you and Callie them have been here from the beginning, man. You can't ask for better moderators. Cause see, when you moderate, you working for free. You really doing a lot. You typing like crazy, and you trying to get in on the commentary and type. It's a lot. So y'all mean everything to me. From the people from the Rock Squad to come over, thank y'all so much. From the people from the Mo3 sector that come and support me, thank y'all so much. From the beef sector and the black sector, thank y'all so much. From people that's not affiliated to a sector, thank y'all so much. Y'all that helps our channels grow. It's y'all that helps us really get through our day and our commentary. And I appreciate y'all. And I thank y'all again so much. And today, I want y'all to leave here and ask yourself, are we holding on to something that's no longer there? Are we at a place where we are ready to let people that we help out and, can be real to and, spill your all and give your all to turn their backs on us and treat us like we are nothing? I say a no to that, a big no. And see, every dog has their day. And then I don't say that to wish bad on these people. I say that to say this. You kicked me when I was down. You tore me down and made me feel worthless. You would put everybody in a position and talk about everybody and treat me as if what my words didn't mean nothing. They stood on death's earth. And when people make you feel like that, man, that's a terrible feeling. That's a horrible, horrible feeling. But I wish you nothing but the best. And I'm going to keep that person in my prayers. But after today, I refuse to go back there. I'm going to use this as a learning experience. Thank you, my peace. I'm going to use this like Blended Healing said. I know my word. Thank you, Brown Sugar. I'm good, Blended Healing. I needed this today. I'm from Kentucky, Cola. You will be fine, Miss Parker. Wait patiently on the Lord. He will take care of you. You are strong, beautiful, and I always know that. Thank you. Thank you. And thank y'all again. I want everybody to have a blessed. She said, I was told so people will give their all and some people will take their all. We have to learn and discern who people are in this day and time. It's not an easy task. And man, when I tell you, Miss Sharon, you just said a mouthful with that. Yes, we have to learn and discern. Everything glitter isn't gold. All people aren't good people. I don't care if it's an activist, an attorney. Y'all only know what I tell y'all. Y'all don't know me. To know turn this camera off, is this really me? But I'm here to tell y'all I am. I am who I am. I love how I love. I care how I care. Yeah. So take something from that title. Are we holding on to something that's no longer there? And like she said, Miss Sharon said, learn to discern who people are. Because today it is so many wolves in sheep's clothing. These avatars with these people behind it, and he's preaching these, all of this that's going on. I listen to a lot of lies. I watch people get praised, and I'm like, that ain't even who that is. But who am I? I have to worry about who Tashi is. I have to focus on me. Eventually it'll show. I hope it'll show before somebody else gets shitted on and some more stuff. She said, no, need to thank you, Ms. Parker. Thank you for coming and sharing your experience with us. We have none but love and respect for you. Thank you, Ms. Brown Sugar. I hope everybody has a blessed Memorial Day weekend. Be safe out there. And I am going to go live tomorrow. Tomorrow's not going to be I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to go take what y'all said to me today, put it in my book, in my green book, and finish up my journal for today. And I'm moseying on down my path to the next exit stop. And tomorrow's exit stop is going to be what is on your bucket list. And I want to know the most exciting thing that you did on your bucket list, or the most exciting thing that you want to do on your bucket list. I'm gonna leave my tears at this exit today. And I forgot what exit this is because I got to count my videos. But today I'm not crying anymore. I'm not crying anymore. Unless it's like just like tears of joy from a blessing I received or something. But I'm not crying anymore. I'm no longer letting nobody steal my joy after today. This person didn't deserve it. I think I give them enough, and I'm okay with that. But again, thank you guys for pulling up to Miss Parker. Miss Parker, hit that like button for me on the way out. Or if you had came in and you forgot to, please hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, Miss Juanita. Everybody have a blessed Memorial weekend and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you guys so much.